Ed Donahue.
And again on Wall Street, Dow futures up 146, townhall.com.
5 minutes after 8 o'clock on this Wednesday morning, cloudy skies with a bit of rain in the area, 44 degrees. It feels like 38 outside this morning.
Local information that makes a difference. Here's your regional weather.
Showers, even a thunderstorm likely today. Temperatures in the mid-50s, a south-southeast wind at 15 to 25 miles an hour, wind gusts of 40 miles per hour. New rain today between a tenth and a quarter of an inch, higher amounts if we see thunderstorms in the area. Showers and storms into the overnight tonight. Still breezy, lows around 50 degrees, a south wind at 15 to 25 miles an hour, shifting from the west to southwest after midnight with wind gusts of 40 miles per hour. New rain tonight between another tenth and a quarter of an inch. Partly sunny Thursday, much more calm. Temperatures in the lower 70s, a calm west wind throughout the course of the day. Thursday night, more showers and storms. Lows in the mid-50s. A southeast wind at 10 to 20 miles an hour, a tenth to a quarter of new rain Thursday night. Friday, could see some early rain, otherwise cloudy. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Into the weekend, sunny but breezy on Saturday. A high near 80. A south wind at 15 to 25 miles an hour. Wind gusts as high as 35 miles per hour. Showers in the afternoon on Sunday, temperatures in the mid-70s. As we continue to roll through this Wednesday morning, right now, cloudy skies with some scattered showers in the area. 43 in Bloomington, 44 in Hayworth, 43 in Leroy and Farmer City, 44 in Champaign and Monticello, 45 in Decatur, 43 in Lincoln, 44 in Springfield, 45 in Peoria. 44 degrees with rain in Clinton, feels like 38, south winds at 10 miles an hour, 92% humidity, and 10 miles of visibility this morning. Get the latest in local weather at DeWittDailyNews.com.
From Regional Radio.
It's time to think farm safety. Always handle chemicals and pesticides carefully. Failure to follow instructions could cause a serious accident. Invest in a quality respirator and other PPE and wear them every time you handle farm chemicals.
Today and every day in 2022, think and practice safety first.
This message proudly sponsored by Macon County Farm Bureau in Decatur. Visit their website at maconcfb.org for more info.
CEO Paul Skowron here from Warner Hospital and Health Services in Clinton. Preventative health care protects you from infections, whether COVID, the flu, or other respiratory ailments. Schedule your appointment now by clicking our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
When it comes to fire and water restoration, ServPro of Piatt, DeWitt counties can make your emergency or disaster like it never even happened. Find out all the services they provide by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
If you're driving a tractor in a no passing zone, you should not pull over to let cars pass you unless you can safely and completely move your tractor onto the shoulder of the road. Don't just wave cars to pass you, as this can create confusion, especially if they can't see the road ahead. This week and every week in 2022, think and practice safety first.
This message brought to you by AHW in Clinton. Tomorrow's solutions today.
It came on a night like any other, with power unlike anything else on Earth. Using beyond advanced active ingredients like bicyclopyrrole, Acuron GT post-emergence corn herbicide is here to annihilate tough weeds. Advanced technology, enhanced control. Talk to your Syngenta retailer about Acuron GT. Always read and follow label instructions.
9 minutes after 8 o'clock on this Wednesday, 44 degrees. It feels like 38 outside.
From Regional Radio, DeWittDailyNews.com and the WHOW app. This is local information making a difference.
Thanks for being with us here this morning. Coverage of the WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. The city of Clinton will be putting nearly $250,000 into the coffers, and nearly $1 million is being dedicated to the upcoming water tower project in Clinton. Those are just a few of the highlights of the fiscal year 23 budget for the city of Clinton as presented to the Clinton City Council Monday night by Treasurer Clint Lichtenwalter.
General fund revenues have increased over the last few years, with the largest increases being in sales tax, income tax, and our video gaming tax. General fund expenditures in the next budget are approximately $1.2 million higher than the current estimated year-end totals. Around half of this, though, is due to the fire truck that was approved this fiscal year, but will not be completed and paid for until next fiscal year. So that's obviously a large expense carried over. The fiscal year 23 budget projects that we will add to our reserves by approximately $237,000 for the year, which is amazing. We've had some budgets in the past that have projected dipping into reserves, so projecting adding to them in a budget is always a good thing.
The Clinton Fire Department's purchase of a new fire engine, a couple new police units, and park equipment at Downey Park highlight the significant purchases in this year's budget. According to Lichtenwalter, the city is already getting its financial house in order for the big replacement of the downtown water tower.
The biggest aspect of that increase is due to the level playing field sales tax, where taxes are actually charged when you order things online now. They're charged and paid to the municipality where the item is being delivered to. So that was never done in the past, and all the states across the country have gotten that done, and with some help from the federal government. So that's a huge help to everybody. He said other than the fire truck, we've got a couple of squad cars projected to be replaced next year. We're finishing up a park upgrade this year that actually they're out there working on right now down at Downey Park. That equipment just got moved over there yesterday to be installed. Not in next year's budget, but something that we're working on right now with engineering-wise is replacing the downtown water tower. Mm-hmm. That has to go through EPA loan process, which right now with all the federal money that's floating around out there and flowing through all the various departments of the state, there's going to be a lot of projects being applied for. So our engineers are saying that could take as much as 1.5 to 2 years to even get through the loan process right now.
Lichtenwalter explains federal dollars are helping the city plan for the upcoming water tower project, but that will also encompass other projects once it's complete. Lichtenwalter also notes water rates are going up 4% and sewer rates increase 3% this year. It will stretch into 2023, but the University of Illinois Extension is beginning next week a 5-part ag law webinar series for ag professionals. Extension Director for Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties, Terry Miller-Casey, on the WHOW Morning Show Tuesday, called these webinars an action-packed hour of great information. And again, they begin next Monday, April 25th.
Sure, yeah. It's a series called Legally Speaking. It's going to have cover different law topics that are concerned for people who are in agriculture and own a farm. And legal risk can be fatal to business if things aren't handled correctly. There's a lot of nasty things that could happen, and it can be very complicated if you don't know the system or even think about these risks prior to having a problem. It's always better to think about things before than have to try to clean them up after. And so we're doing a partnership with the Farm Commons program and their executive director, Rachel Armstrong, and we're going to be presenting a series of free webinars for folks to listen and to learn more about these topics. And also there'll be time to ask questions, which is always wonderful if you have specific issues. The first webinar is 5 Steps to Protect Your Farm, and it is on April 25th at 7 p.m. Like I said, they are free. You can just sign up and register for them on an extension website, and they last about an hour, so they're not overwhelming. You get an action-packed hour of just kind of getting those questions answered and learning about those basics.
The webinars discuss land leasing and what those contracts should look like. It is in July. Miller-Casey says another is in October about business structure basics. The webinars spill into 2023 as organizers try to be sensitive with seasonal responsibilities for ag professionals. Miller-Casey says the final webinar in January of 2023 covers Insurance. The Ag webinars are completely free and they kick off next Monday, April 25th at 7 p.m. Get more information about those webinars and many more by visiting extension.illinois.edu/LMS. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Get the latest in local news anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com. Local sports on the way.
It's time to think farm safety. Experience and common sense are important, but they are not enough. Education and training are needed also, so that each worker is aware of his or her own responsibility to work safely and to prevent accidents.
Today and every day in 2022, think and practice safety first.
Sponsored by Evergreen FS, your local cooperative for all of your agronomy, grain, propane, fuel, and turf needs.
When it comes to treating a patient at the Warner Hospital and Health Services Emergency Department in Clinton, seconds count. CEO Paul Scourin here to let you know we have invested in an upgraded state-of-the-art CT machine, which is adjacent to our emergency room. It enables our ER doctors to detect and diagnose what's wrong more clearer and faster than ever. Bigger hospitals have it, and Warner Hospitals got it. When seconds count, count on Warner Hospitals ER and our just installed CT machine to get you treated fast.
Your local radio stations are here for you. No subscriptions or monthly fees necessary. We're here to give you the news, weather, and traffic you need and the music you love. But if the foreign-owned record labels get their way, it could stop the music. They want Congress to force radio stations to pay them more money simply to play their music. Don't let radio go silent. Text LOCAL to 52886 and tell Congress to protect local radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. Jack Buckaloo threw a 5-inning no-hitter and roped the walk-off single in the bottom of the 5th inning as Monticello routed Tri-Valley in an 11-1 5-inning 10-run rule win Tuesday in non-conference high school boys baseball action from Monticello. Buckaloo struck out 8 and allowed a run in 5 no-hit innings with runners on second and third and 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Buckaloo also laced a single to left center to bring home the 10th run and gave Monticello its second win in its last 3. Jacob Trusner stayed hot for the Sages with a double and 2 RBIs. Biniam Linhart doubled, stole a bag, and had an RBI. Monticello moves to 10-5 overall with a nice weather day sandwiched between Monday's rainout with Maroa Forsyth and what looks to be another likely rainout today against Salt Fork. Monticello was able to secure an opponent and find umpires to get an impromptu game in. The Mount Pulaski Hilltoppers walked off the Hayworth Hornets in the bottom of the 7th inning, coming away with a 7-6 victory in non-conference high school boys baseball action Tuesday from Mount Pulaski. From the leadoff spot, Evan Cooper finished 3 for 4 with a run scored. Landon Smith was 2 for 3 with a pair of RBIs, while A.J. Bailey and Lucas Kuhlman drove in runs for the Hilltoppers. Smith went 5 innings on the mound, allowing 5 runs. 4 were earned. He walked 2 with 6 strikeouts. Gavin Smith finished the game with 2 shutout innings. Sophomore Tyler Wills led the Hornets, going 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs, and Dylan Esposito finished 2 for 3 with a pair of runs scored for the Hornets. Hayworth drops to 5-12 overall, while the Hilltoppers go to 10-3. Mount Pulaski resumes Tomahawk Conference play Thursday when they take on Illini Bluffs in Glassford. In a game heard on 95.9 FM WEZC and online at DeWittDailyNews.com, a 3-run second inning for Westville allowed them to get by Monticello 4-2 in non-conference high school girls softball action Tuesday from Monticello. Abby Cebulewski roped a 2-run triple to cap the 3-run outburst and went 7 complete innings for the Lady Tigers. She struck out 11 and allowed only 7 hits to no walks. Lizzie Stuyvesant went deep in the 6th inning for Monticello, and Addison Wallace drove in a run in the 3rd. Stuyvesant was named the Serve Pro of Piatt-DeWitt County Player of the Game for her solo home run. The Lady Tigers move to 12-1 overall, while Monticello drops to 6-7. Hear more Monticello sports on WEZC next Monday when the Sages baseball team plays host to Pontiac. Illinois State rallied for a 4-3 victory in 11 innings over Milwaukee at Franklin Field in Milwaukee on Tuesday. Sophomore Sean Sinisco went 5 1/3 innings, allowing an earned run for ISU as junior Jared Hart took a no-hitter into the 6th inning in his first start of the 2022 season on Friday, posting a clean 11th inning to get the save. Justin Schubert got the win after throwing a scoreless 10th inning. Both the sophomores Ryan Cermak and Jake McCaw hit solo home runs for ISU. Milwaukee rallied from a 2-run deficit to tie the game in the 9th. Cermak, who recorded a pair of highlight reel catches, opened the contest with an inside-the-park home run. Milwaukee would tie the game in the 6th at 1. The Redbirds responded in the 7th as Aiden Huggins laced a ball past the Panthers shortstop, and Connor Olson Huggins would score on a safety squeeze from Kyle Severano to put the Birds up 3-1. The Panthers scored on a sac fly before getting a two-out hit to tie the game in the 9th. Schubert stranded a pair of runners in the 10th, and McCaw homered to put the Birds back in front in the 11th. ISU will resume conference play this weekend when they host Bradley at Duffy Bass Field. Illinois dropped its Tuesday night midweek matchup at Indiana State 12-6. Illinois hit back-to-back home runs in the 9th inning as Taylor Jackson connected on a grand slam. Camden Junick crushed his first career home run in the next at-bat. Despite the 5-run inning, Illinois' comeback effort fell short as they moved to 19-15 overall and remain 10-2 heading into a big conference series this weekend hosting Maryland. Indiana State scored 2 in the first, 2 in the third, and broke the game open with a 5-run 4th inning. Calvin Shepard started his 3rd game of the season for the Illini and took the loss, moving to 0-2 on the season. Indiana's Ridgeway was credited with the win. For the 2nd straight day, the Chicago White Sox and Cleveland Guardians were postponed by inclement weather and unplayable cold conditions. Tuesday's game was called 4 hours before the scheduled first pitch, with the decision coming after Guardians manager Terry Francona and White Sox manager Tony La Russa met the umpires outside at Progressive Field. Snow piled up in downtown Cleveland the past 2 days, and temperatures have been in the low 30s. The game will be made up as a part of a traditional doubleheader today, starting at 2:10 p.m. Monday's postponement will be played as a part of a doubleheader on July 12th. This week's 4-game series is a 3-game set with 2 games Wednesday and 1 Thursday. With a drier, warmer weather forecast, the AL Central rivals should finally meet for the first time this season. The second postponement again pushed back the matchup between former Cy Young Award winners of Cleveland Shane Bieber and Dallas Keuchel for Chicago. They'll finally match up in today's opener. White Sox right-hander Jimmy Lambert starts the second game opposite Cleveland's Tristan McKenzie. Albert Pujols had 2 hits and scored twice as the St. Louis Cardinals beat the Miami Marlins 5-1 Tuesday night. Adam Wainwright allowed a run in 5 hits in 5 2/3 innings with 6 strikeouts and 2 walks. Tommy Edman tripled, singled, and drove in 2. Paul Goldschmidt had 2 hits for the Redbirds. Marlins starter Jesus Luzardo allowed 5 runs and 7 hits in 4 1/3 innings. He struck out 3 and walked 2. Wainwright walked 2 in the first inning, but settled down after third baseman Nolan Arenado reached near the foul line to grab an Avisel Garcia hard grounder and made a long throw to Goldschmidt at first. The first baseman stretched to catch Arenado's throw and get Garcia to end the early Marlins threat. Tyler O'Neill had an RBI single in the third before Pujols singled and raced home from first on Edmonds' triple to right center. Edmond added a run-scoring single in the fifth. Wainwright and Yadier Molina made their 307th start together, surpassing the White Sox battery of Red Faber and Ray Schalk for third in the big league career. Brian De La Cruz homered for Miami in the sixth. Wainwright was lifted after allowing Brian Anderson's 2-out single. Relievers TJ McFarland and Ryan Helsley got the next 7 outs, around 3 hits, and Yvonne Gallegos worked a perfect ninth. Cardinals prospect Nolan Gorman homered for the seventh time in 7 games for AAA Memphis on Tuesday. Miles Michaelis starts the second game of the series for the Cardinals on Wednesday opposite former Cardinal Sandy Alcantara. Wander Franco hit his first home run of the season, a 2-run drive to left center field in the third inning, and the Rays held on to beat the Cubs 6-5 Tuesday night. Cubs rookie Saya Suzuki drew 3 walks, but his 9-game hit streak came to an end, leaving him tied with Akinori Iwamura for the longest hit streak by a Japanese-born player to start a career. Playing at Wrigley Field for the first time, Franco finished 3 for 5, including a homer that put the Rays up 3-0. The second-year pro missed Monday's series opener with right quadriceps tightness. Franco's 3-hit game was already his 4th this season. Opener Matt Weissler got the first 5 outs for the Rays. Josh Fleming worked the next 3 1/3 innings, allowing 3 runs on 4 hits. And Andrew Kitteridge, the 6th Rays pitcher, retired the final 6 batters for his second save. He needed just 20 pitches to do it. Justin Steele allowed 4 runs in 2 2/3 innings. Patrick Wisdom hit a 2-run pinch hit homer in the 4th inning to get the Cubs within 4-3. Chicago had won 2 straight. Manuel Margot had an RBI single in the second for the Rays. Tampa Bay went up 6-3 in the 7th on run-scoring hits from Randy Arozarena and Harold Ramirez. Nico Horner had an RBI triple in the 7th and scored on a wild pitch to get the Cubs within a run. Tampa Bay's Drew Rasmussen faces Marcus Stroman in today's series finale. Charlie McAvoy scored 48 seconds into overtime. Jeremy Swayman had 20 saves to help the Bruins down the Blues 3-2. Jake DeBrusk and Taylor Hall also scored for Boston, who won their 2nd straight after a season-worst 3-game losing streak. The Bruins were coming off a 2-1 win over Pittsburgh Saturday, and the back-to-back victories give them a much-needed shot of momentum. Robert Thomas and Pavel Buchnevich scored for the Blues, who had a 9-game win streak snapped. Swayman, who stopped 23 of 24 shots against Pittsburgh, thwarted Jordan Kyrou from close range midway through the final period with the game tied. The Bruins were making their first appearance in St. Louis since their 5-1 win in Game 6 of the 2019 Stanley Cup Finals. The Blues went on to win the crown in 7. Villahuso had 32 saves for St. Louis. He had won his previous 6 starts, but the Blues extend their point streak to 13 successive games, tying a franchise mark set between January 3rd and February 5th of 2015. Thomas deflected in a backhanded attempt by Vladimir Tarasenko with 2.4 seconds left in the second period to tie it at 2-2. Thomas extended his career best point streak to 14 games. He had 7 goals and 19 assists in the streak, which is the longest current in the NHL. The Blues have failed to score in their last 27 power play attempts. Hall, the overall first pick in the 2010 draft by Edmonton, deflected a shot from Derek Forbort midway through the second period to break a 1-1 tie. It was Hall's 17th of the season and first in 8 games. DeBrusk jammed in a shot from close range just 93 seconds into the second period to tie the game. The Blues scored at least 4 goals in their last 12 games, a franchise record. They begin a 4-game road trip in San Jose on Thursday. Get sports anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Attention Republicans, stand by for important election information. Oh, Democrats can listen too, I guess. But they probably won't, because if you're still a Democrat, you're clearly not paying attention. Anyway, in the Republican primary for Congress, President Trump has endorsed conservative Mary Miller. Repeat, Mary Miller is the official Trump choice for Congress. We like repeating it to annoy any Democrats who are still listening. Well, the point is, Mary Miller backs term limits. She's strong on election integrity. And Mary Miller will stand up to AOC and the green energy socialists that are just killing us at the gas pump. Conservative Mary Miller for Congress, the Trump Republican choice. And in case Joe Biden hears this, we now repeat our message in a way he can understand. Trump, endorse.